All right, family. Black Power. It's the Truth Hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited, delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page. Two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, run down on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasum Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse program, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. Click that link right over there in the chat. You can get a preview. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Round Table, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very powerful, pertinent, and what I'm talking about, valuable information. And most important to our uprising development. I want you to get on over there and check it out, family. Click that link over there in the chat. Become a brother, become a member today. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace. What up? That's right. Marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family. Check that catalog out. Get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Everybody know the General got the pop in his Patreon page on the planet by far. I want you to click that link at the top of the chat. Get on over there, family. Check out all that fire that's waiting on you. I don't know what you're waiting on. There's fire everywhere on my Patreon. Get over there, become a patron today. We got 5 different levels. It's one for your family. Become a patron today. To all the family out there, donate to the General. Thank you. Appreciate you for the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family would like to donate, the link is in the chat, and I thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Okay, family. Well, a legacy is not ending. It's just, moving to, a more divine stage of existence. We talking about Queen Assata Shakur has passed on in Havana, Cuba, at the age of 78. You see, known for, the black liberation stands that they took back in the 70s, and, with the Black Panther movement, and also moving on to the Black Liberation Army. You see, taking it to a whole nother level. You see, Assata had been accused, along with other members of the group, of murdering a New Jersey police officer in the process of being pulled over. And, the family, said what it was, that they was trying to do some dirty shit, that they, had it out for the family, and was probably trying to assassinate them out there on the highway, and they had to defend themselves. And in the course of defending themselves, a New Jersey police officer, I believe, was killed in the process, and she was locked up for a minute. She was found guilty, and along, I think, with Matula Shakur and a few more. Which is this is Assata Shakur is Tupac's godmother, and we know Matula Shakur was his stepfather. You see, and so you can know. So you see where that revolutionary root came from. You feel what I'm saying? But she stayed, I believe, in prison for about 5 years before the family, man, did one of the most revolutionary moves, you understand, of all times, you see, and where they went in within the belly of the beast. I believe it was Clinton correctional facility, and liberated her from the belly of the beast and broke her out of there. Went up in there and took hostages, and to get her out of there, and in the process, I think she may have stayed underground in America for about 2 years before she was able to make it to Cuba, where Fidel Castro had given her asylum. You see, and so she's been over there for a while. I mean, I think they broke her out of there in the late 70s. So she's been over there, uh, every bit of almost 40 years. You know what I'm saying? A little bit over 40 years. I think about 45 years or something like that. She was over there. And so she has passed on, and another is a legacy, it's a legacy that's moving to a higher stage. But our people need to know about that. They need to know about Assata Shakur and what our peoples was doing back in that time, because you was dealing with a more upfront in your face type of, bestiality. You see what I'm saying with these Europeans and Caucasians out here in these fucking streets. They still doing the same thing, but they were more flagrant back then because they could get away with a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? They could get away. They getting away with a lot of shit today, and so, but our peoples was more in tune with what it took to get this shit done out here. They knew good and goddamn well wasn't gonna be no goddamn "We Shall Overcome" singing no "We Shall Overcomes" and no goddamn "Kumbaya, my lord" and all that shit. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. Yeah, it ain't gonna be none of that. But that's what I'm talking about. But to see, how, so many of our greats, they go up into these prisons and shit, and they lock them down and shit, and leave them up in there. But they say they love them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Believe, and say they the master teachers and shit. Well, they goddamn, if they the goddamn master teacher, go up in there and get them out of there. Then, if you love them that much and you believe in them that much, then goddamn it, do it like the Black Liberation Army did it. You see what I'm saying? Going up in there and get them up out of there. That's what need to happen and shit. How you gonna have a movement when somebody could kidnap your leaders and shit and lock them down and shit? What kind of, you don't really believe what the fuck you say you believe. Too many people out here believe liberation is some shit, singing some songs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. It's more than that. And so, so you already know this was an extraordinary time because it was a lot of them going up in there. UEP Newton, he went to jail. They didn't go up in there and get his ass out of there. They left him in there. It was a lot of them going up in jail, and motherfucker not coming. And then so many of them Panthers and a lot of them affiliate groups, man, they just threw them in up under the jail, man. They still in there to this day. Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? They still in prison right now to this day from way back in the fucking 70s, man. Just literally just locked them down. You know what I'm saying? With little to no chance of getting out at all. I believe they did. I believe they let Matula out. I believe they did. But let me see, is he still, did he pass? I think Matula may have. Man, they ain't gonna goddamn, damn Obama and them ain't about to, Biden going, they ain't about to pardon no damn Assata Shakur, not no Black Liberation Army. And that ain't in no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I'm laughing like, who? Obama? Man, Biden ain't gonna, no, they ain't about to pardon no Assata. Yeah, he did pass. Yeah, okay, I thought he did not too long ago. Matula Yeah, they ain't WJ. They ain't about to pardon no Assata Shakur. That just ain't gonna happen. They had $1 million bounty on her head. You see what I'm saying? $1 million bounty. They might have went up. You know, they wanted her that bad. You know, they wanted her that bad. Oh, he died in 2023. Okay, I figured it was just a couple years back. Yeah, yeah. Say it went up to 2 million. Yeah, I figured that. We got some yeah. Well, that was a wonderful thing, man, because they had, from what she was talking about, they had her totally in uh solitary confinement, man. They had her ass like in some straight dungeon shit. You feel me? Yeah, but here we go, family. We got some videos we want to give. If you didn't, know Assata, we got a few informational videos. Give you some information, and it's time maybe for you to do some, I put something on my Black Power Cartel YouTube page, and so y'all can go over there and get some information. You feel me? It's time to do some research, for a few days in this area, because the energy is fire right now. So, move on some research. Here we go, family. Let me see if this one good.
Fled to Cuba after a murder conviction has died. Assata Shakur, who's
Let me bring
a
it back.
fugitive from New Jersey who fled to Cuba after a murder conviction has died. Assata Shakur, whose legal name is Joanne Chesmard, took refuge in Cuba after breaking out of prison in 1979. She was serving a life sentence for the murder of a New Jersey state trooper 52 years ago. She was on the FBI's most wanted list. NBC News just confirmed she died in Havana from health complications yesterday.
Okay, that was okay. Let me move to the next video, family. Here we go.
Revolutionary Assata Shakur, that she passed away yesterday at the age of 78 in Havana, Cuba. Now, this is the FBI website today, where she is still listed as a most wanted terrorist. Do you know why? Grab your tea, have a seat, let's get into it, and let's talk about the beautiful, the revolutionary Assata Shakur. So Assata Shakur was born on July 16th, 1947 in Flushing, Queens. Her birth name was Joanne Deborah Byron, and she changed her name after she joined the Black Panther Party to Assata Shakur. Now, Assata grew up in New York and Wilmington, North Carolina. Her mother was a school teacher, and her parents divorced in the 1950s. She often went to go stay with her grandparents in Wilmington, North Carolina. She said in her autobiography that the family struggled financially quite frequently, and they argued a lot, so she spent little time at home. She would run away a lot. And finally, her mother's sister, Evelyn A. Williams, who was a civil rights worker, lived in Manhattan, and she took Assata in. In an interview, Assata said that her Aunt Evelyn was her hero, that she was constantly introducing her to new things, taking her to museums and theaters and art galleries, that she was right up her alley. Now, Assata did attend a Catholic high school. However, she said that there were few or no other Black children there, and sometimes the teachers seemed surprised that she answered a question in class and got it correctly. She then attended a public school, but later dropped out, and her aunt helped her get her GED. After receiving her GED, she attended the Bureau of Manhattan Community College, and then she went on to attend City College of New York. That's where she became heavily involved in political activities, participating in civil rights protests and sit-ins. Now, after graduation, she moved to Oakland, California, and changed her name to Assata Shakur. In West African, Assata means she who struggles. She then joined the Black Panther Party, where she organized protests and community education programs. Now, she later returned to New York City, where she led the Black Panther Party chapter in Harlem, and she coordinated the free breakfast for children programs, free clinics, and community outreach. But she did leave the Black Panther Party and joined the Black Liberation Army. Now, between 1971 and 1973, baby, Assata was charged with several crimes, including bank robbery and other things. She was also subject to a multi-state manhunt. In 1973, she was ultimately arrested after being shot in a shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike in which a police officer was killed. So she was charged with murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and kidnapping in relation to the shootout and 6 other incidents. She was ultimately convicted on 3 of those charges and 3 were dismissed. In 1977, she was convicted of the murder of that state trooper and of 7 other felonies related to that 1973 shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike. Her defense argued that the medical evidence exonerated her. However, she was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Now, in 1979, Assata escaped from the clean cutting, never to be seen in the United States again. In 1984, she was granted a political asylum in Cuba where she remained despite the U.S. efforts to extradite her. They were trying to extradite her dating back to 2013 when they added her to the FBI most wanted terrorist list. She is the first woman to ever be added to that list. Assata is also Tupac's godmother. Assata penned an autobiography that was released on January 1st, 1987, and it is a very good read. I actually read it at Grambling State University in my African culture class. Assata's daughter released this statement saying that at approximately 1:15 on September 25th, her mother, Assata, took her last earthly breath. Of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I send my condolences out to her family. Assata, still on the most wanted list when she passed away. She who struggles. Y'all put your thoughts in the comments. Rest in power, Assata. This is Double D Mo for the Black Accurate News.
Shit. Still on the most wanted. That's an honor. Shit. God damn, that's like some Nat Turner shit. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even go to sleep at night. You see what I'm saying? Even after they had to go and dig that man bones up. You see what I'm saying? And goddamn, and set his bones on fire. Yeah, still on the most wanted. That's a badge of honor. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a badge of honor. But yeah, that just show you, man, the roots that we come from. The struggle for people to be where they are today. A lot of our people died and bled, you know what I'm saying? And to have these Neanderthals come today and tell us that, that all the struggle, the things that we died for and shit, so that our peoples could have the day to benefit from the day, that was all in vain. And, we have to have more respect, for the toil of our ancestors, the energy of our ancestors, because they gave their life so that we, could be where we are today. And even though we still got a long, long way to go, you see, we still in a better position today than we were before, after the struggles our ancestors went through. And that's a fact. You feel me? And to see, where, Tupac come out of, that same energy. You see a lot of that revolutionary music that he put out there. You feel what I'm saying? You see the root in which, that gave birth to him. You see what I'm saying? So that just show you how that energy transfer down through the generations, even to the day. People, are still, receiving that frequency and energy right now today. And so, take the time and go do some more research. If you haven't done research into, Assata, the Black Liberation Movement, Matula, Mumia, and all the rest of them, take the time and do some research. Take a couple days and focus in on that particular aspect of our history and why, the fire is burning, and, and catch up. You see what I'm saying? Catch up on some of that knowledge, watch some videos. You feel me? Geronimo Pratt. Yep. You see what I'm saying? And it's a whole lot of. But yes, Assata has passed. She's 78. Lived in Cuba, a free woman, fleeing from the belly of the beast over here. They could not, and all the things that they tried to do, big badass America, and they could not bring her in. You see, and they could not bring her in, and that's a beautiful thing. That we wouldn't want to see our sisters in no damn prison, locked up and shit in no damn prison for the rest of their life. You see, and many of us, even though our minds is being, we might not be behind some physical bars, but our motherfucking minds is behind some bars, trapped in solitary confinement. Our motherfucking mind and consciousness is trapped in solitary confinement. You feel what I'm saying? But family, we say rest in power and peace for the sister Assata Shakur. We send condolences out there, put it out there for her daughter, who I believe she had one daughter. Put condolences out there for the family, and everybody that was close to her and had much love for her. And like I say, do some more research while the fire is burning, and build your knowledge up of our people's struggle in that movement and in that time, and how we've benefited from it right now today. This is General Cyrus Soon said, he said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.